Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Shaka from Shaka Reacts, and today we've got another music teacher reaction and analysis video for you. Specifically, guys, we're going to be checking out a first-time reaction here of Devin Townsend and him performing the song Kingdom. This has been requested by many people. It's just taken us a while to get to it, so I'm super excited to see what we've got in this video here today, guys, and what so many of you are so excited to see. With that being said, let's get into it.
Take three, marker.
Okay, this is not my third take, this is my first take. This is my third take. That would imply that I screwed it up twice before, which I didn't. So, all of you out there in EMG watching land, you know, I'm Devi.
Wow. Wow. Wow, the clarity on that is crazy. How? Oh, that was interesting. Okay, we're going to pause real quick. I don't know what to be more impressed with. I mean, I do, but it's just because of my background. The vocals are incredible. The screamo nature of his singing and everything are incredible. I have a slight criticism on the recording and mixing end of this. I wish his vocals were a little bit higher compared to everything else. It's just kind of hard to hear his vocals over top of everything else. Maybe that's intentional. I don't know. For me personally, I wish his vocals were a little higher. For me, far and away, the more impressive thing here is the playing. The clarity. So it's one thing to play stuff this fast. It's another thing to play it this cleanly. Like, it almost sounds like if you were to take like a rock band drum set, okay? Take a rock band drum set, and it's just the same notes every time on that rock band drum set. And if I was playing that with sticks, I could do this. Like, I could have that level of clarity and that level of precision and that level of speed doing that on a drum set. Doing this on a stringed instrument is bananas. I mean, just straight up bananas. I don't know how he's doing this. It's like, especially on a guitar. Like, I almost feel like this would be easier to do on a bass. Because then you could use like a finger technique. I guess you could do that with a guitar too. But he's not using his fingers. He's using a pick from what I can tell. Like, it's just crazy, mind-blowing good. We're going to continue with this, guys. That's bananas. I love that we can see it, though. That's really good that we can see it and see how amazing this is. Oh, I like this section. Oh, I love that. Woo! That drum fill was bananas. It's funny. This is the section I actually like the best so far, and it's the simplest section. I think that's kind of true to me in general, though. I appreciate good lyrical music over necessarily like incredibly just overladen amounts of music to show off, if that makes sense to you guys. I'm not saying, by the way, the first part was overladen with notes and stuff. It just different types of music. I definitely prefer this where it's a little more simplified, but a really cool section. But that fill at the end from the set, my goodness. I love the... Oh, yeah. That's nice. Yeah, okay, so that section was really impressive. He's not doing any of this stuff with his feet, which is interesting. So, like, I actually, you can hear that some of the stuff he's singing is being, like, is held and being reverbed and things like that. Like, especially at the one point, he sang a higher note and it reverbed through and carried on for a long time after he was done singing. So a lot of that's like you know, backtrack processing and stuff. I really, really would love to see the process behind that. You know, how much of this is stuff that's been pre-recorded versus how much of it, like, is there somebody back in the studio mixing this stuff as it's going on live? Because that's very doable. So, like, any of you guys that have ever seen DCI shows, a lot of times that's what they do now. Like, they'll take a loop of something that was performed live, and then they will process that on the spot and loop that over and over and over again as the instrumental group is continuing to play something different. Is there somebody backstage doing that right now, or is that just blended that well with a backtrack that you don't hear the difference? Like, it's very impressive either way. It sounds to me more like he's got somebody, you know, in the background doing some of this real-time editing as he's singing, because he's not doing anything with his feet here. If he was doing it with his feet, that would mean he's probably doing it himself. But man, yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, whether this is all backtrack stuff and he's just blending that well with the backtrack, or is there somebody live in the background doing some editing and stuff with this? It's really impressive. I loved that midsection, though. That was really cool. Especially the high head voice.
Okay, I screwed this up last time. Not now. Watch this. The most epic guitar solo in EMG TV's history.
Okay, now the pedals are coming in. The vocals. So his vocals, I talked before how like I'm more impressed with the playing on his guitar here. The more he goes through this, the more I'm impressed actually by his vocals than the playing. My one complaint, so here with the guitar solo that he did here, again I complained about it before. The backtrack is way too high. It's way too high here. It's a little hard to hear his vocals. I honestly could barely hear anything going on with the guitar. Like, the backtrack is just too high for my taste personally, guys. I would love the drums to be brought down more so that we could hear more of that guitar solo. It just was not very easy to hear, unfortunately. If there is a better recording out there, guys, where we've got that a little bit more obvious and audible, let me know. I'm assuming that is not the case, but man, I just wish we could have heard more of that. But anyway, where I was going with this, though, the further we get into this, the more impressed I've actually become with his vocals and his ability to switch between, kind of that the harsh vocals, if you will, and then to the clean vocals where he's doing more of that beautiful high head voice that he had at one point. The ability for him to switch like that is really, really highly impressive. Really cool. So I referred earlier here, you can hear some of the stuff being sustained. Like, here's a good example of this, guys. You can hear that high voice, the high note that he's singing with the reverb on it. It's carried into the next section. So either the backtrack blends that beautifully, which I don't think that's the case, or more likely somebody is looping that section of what he's singing and they're just carrying it with a sustain pedal. We can't see his feet here, so I'm assuming he's not doing this feet since we didn't see it earlier, but I don't know. Like I said, let me know in the comments, guys, whether there's somebody in the backstage doing editing and mixing with this live or not. I love that. Great head voice. See, now I feel like I can hear the guitar better now. Oh, I love his head voice. Very impressive, guys. Especially, so the guitar, like I said, some of what he did at the beginning was really impressive. The solo section, I just wish was more prominent. It was hard to hear. It sounded more clear at the end there. I don't know if we've just had, there were some mixing issues there with the live performance, which is always a possibility. Like I said, if there's another recording where his guitar solo was a little bit more, brought up a little bit easier to hear, let me know in the comments down below, guys. The other question I have is there other stuff that he's done vocal work for? Because his vocals are really impressive. I think that's actually where I'd be more drawn to at this point. I know nothing against his guitar playing, but his vocals, I think, are probably the more impressive thing that I got from him here with this. If there is other stuff out there, guys, where he kind of is flexing that vocal ability of his, I'd appreciate if you guys let me know some of that stuff to check out here, and we can look at more of his stuff. It's really, really good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'd appreciate, obviously, if you guys like, subscribe, and then turn on those notifications, guys, so you don't miss any more content that we've got coming out here for Devin Townsend. Last but not least, if you want to continue your if you want to continue your journey down that music rabbit hole, guys, make sure you check out the next video.